and always being a unit kickoff. Okay, so the third part to this unit plan is how will you incorporate the 4C's into your unit? And the 4C's are really important. The 4C's stand for collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, which includes reading and writing, communication, which includes speaking and listening. So there's a link here. I want you to take a look at that link. It kind of briefly explains what the 4C's are and how they're defined. But then I want you to take a look. I want you just to Google the 4C's, and this website here, p21.org, you can find a lot more information about the 4C's. And I want you just to think about, based on your lesson ideas that you were summarizing up above, how would you ensure that you would incorporate collaboration into your unit in the various lessons? So, for example, I might say, I will incorporate collaboration by creating opportunities for my students to work together. And I will do that in one of my lessons where I'll have the students do a joint research project on someone that's successful that they look up to. Okay. Now for creativity, that could be something like, I will have my students create their own video or poster board on themselves and their goals for the school year and how they see themselves ultimately being successful throughout the year. And maybe they can create like a 1-minute digital story, or you're giving them the option of creating a poster board. And maybe that aligns with lesson 3, where they are going to reflect on themselves as a successful person. Okay, so really it's another summary. Okay, it's just a summary of how you might infuse some creativity. Critical thinking, which is more like reading and writing. I could talk about how I'm going to ask my students to read various literature and think critically about people who have been successful, and part of that will be a facilitated discussion, and then students will then reflect and write about a person that they look up to, or maybe they'll write about themselves and reflect about what or how they see themselves as being successful in the future. And then communication, speaking and listening, that could be some of the same information, and you're going to see that some of this, there's a fine thread that kind of goes through the 4C's. So that's okay. You're not necessarily repeating yourself, but you're kind of focusing on that element as you're thinking through what your lessons would include. So communication could be, while the students are working in collaborative groups, I'm going to encourage that they use great listening skills, and that they participate through group presentations, so they'll practice their oral language communication skills. Okay. All right, so I just talked you through an example unit plan. I'm going to post the unit plan template on Google Classroom, and all you will need to do is go up to File, Make a Copy. Okay, when you do that, you can call it whatever you'd like, and it'll pop into your Google Drive. Okay, so once you have a copy of the template, I want you just to save it as your name and work on it. and I will set the due date for next, let's say next Wednesday. I'll just say next Wednesday since I'm posting this a little late. I'll give you a couple more days to work on it. And we will meet back up on Wednesday, going back to the calendar here. We'll meet back up face-to-face Wednesday, October 5th. And I am so excited to see you guys. I have missed you. And I really do look forward to seeing you next week. And we're going to have a guest speaker, so that'll be fun. And then we're going to talk some more about lesson plans and dig a little deeper into this unit plan. Okay, so we are cruising through the semester. We don't have a lot of time left. Before you know it, we'll have Thanksgiving break, and then the end of the semester will be here. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can always email me. You can post in Google Classroom, and you know how to get a hold of me. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope that you see this assignment as kind of exciting, because this is like the nuts and bolts of teaching here. This is creating curriculum and you getting to use your cool ideas and how you would, design lessons and how you want to get students to learn. Okay, so we're going to talk about lesson planning next week, but right now we're going to start slow. So we started with a curriculum map. You're going to pick one unit plan or unit topic to expand upon. And then using this unit plan template this week, we're going to build the unit plan. Okay? All right. Have a great weekend. I will see you next week, next Wednesday, face to face.